Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.
So, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of F1 2018 Career Mode. Today we're going to be doing episode number 18 for the Bahrain Grand Prix of Season 2, round number 2. We have, now if you remember back to the last episode, we have 418 resource points. We're going to try and match that, and I think we can get up to a major upgrade on the engine, which would put us above Renault and Mercedes, which would give us a lot more engine and we can focus on some of the other stuff. But that other upgrade, that new upgrade, that one that failed, that is in the magnetic compound, is in the car and ready to go for Bahrain, which is a tough circuit because the AI are like gods. But anyway, before we get into qualifying, just want to say apologies for the delay. Was supposed to be doing yesterday, but the software crashed just before I finished. It's time for qualifying.
Cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope you're ready as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain. Looking at this field today, Ants, do you think we're going to see anyone take a chance? Maybe run the harder of the available compounds and save some of the grippy tyres for the race tomorrow?
Well, I'd be surprised in all honesty. It's only the front runners that really have the pace to get away with that, and even then, at the end of the day, it's a big risk. Track position is the most important thing, and it's rarely worth sacrificing for a slightly more optimal strategy in the race, so I doubt we're going to see anyone trying it. I have been wrong before though. We certainly do see some risky decisions every now and then, and it's a gamble that's sometimes worth taking. But if it were me in the car, I would want to be on the fastest tyre for my qualifying lap, without a doubt.
So into qualifying we go. This is Q1 with the 3 qualifiers. So Max Verstappen goes fast, 128.8. Let's see what we do. It's 129.0, so 2 hundredths slower as we go on to our second lap. And that was actually the time that we set. Verstappen ahead of us, but we were ahead of Ricciardo, so we are catching Red Bull, and we split Red Bull. Splitting us though is Nico Hülkenberg, with Stroll, Gasly, Sirotkin, Van Dorn and Hartley out in Q1. In Q2 I went out once as usual on the soft tyres to see if we can get start on them, but we haven't really got the pace advantage over the midfielders, as I've called that the devil corner on a pad. It is pretty much impossible these days to steer on a pad. I might get the wheel out some point once Final Fantasy and F1 Me mod, and do another wheel challenge. It hasn't been out on the channel for a while, for over a year, as we improved by 9/10, but 129.6 isn't enough. It's only enough for 14th place, just ahead of Esteban Ocon, so we go out ahead on a set of super softs and we improve our lap up to 6th place. So 6th we are for, or 8th place rather, for Q2. So those will be the tires we start the race on. With our teammate, he's leading the championship and he's out in front. So on to Q3 now, and we set our first flying up 128.9. So the times are coming down. Let's see what we can do versus Verstappen. Hamilton. See, Vettel slots into P2 ahead of us. We do make up some ground, but it is here in this section that we start making up ground. You see, we're at just over, just about a 10th up into this corner. We lose a bit, then we gain a lot out the corner, almost 2.5 tenths out of that corner. We gain, so up to 3 tenths as we're coming down the end of the straight. So we're definitely going to improve onto this second lap. Still got another set of the super soft tyres available as well. 4 tenths now as we go through this corner, not track extending this time, and getting the move done plus 83 down. So we're definitely going to improve. We're almost up to 5 tenths faster than our previous time. So we're going to cut a big chunk out of our previous time and see if we can jump Vettel. Let's see where this puts us as we go up to the line. Remain P4, and Sainz then momentarily jumps ahead of us, but then we gain it back and we will qualify for tomorrow's Bahrain Grand Prix in P4. So yes, there is the standings. Hamilton pole, Vettel third, second, Ricciardo meeting third, and Hampson myself fourth.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. We'll be racing around 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit today, with 15 corners and 2 DRS zones into turns 1 and turn 11. That should create some good passing opportunities. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left down into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Let's talk about the Professor. That was a great podium in the last race. So can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, the Professor, Carlos Sainz, and Bottas, Verstappen, Hülkenberg, Alonso, and Kevin Magnussen, Grosjean, Perez, Marcus Ericsson, and Leclerc, Ocon, Stroll, Pierre Gasly, and Sergei Sirotkin. Van Dorn and Brendan Hartley rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Okay, so here we are down on the track. Now, this strategy we're going to change up. If I was on pole like I was in the last race, I'd have gone with it, but we need to make up ground on our teammate if we're going to have any chance of winning any trophies this season. So we're going to switch up. We're going to go on to the mediums in the middle stint and then finish on the softs. Hopefully this will give, although we will be slower in the second stint, hopefully this will give us the advantage in the final stint that we are looking for. It's just about lining the pit windows here, see what we can do. We seem to have found one that's only a tenth slower than what it would be, but hopefully that tenth will give us enough to get everything done. We're going to start here on the super soft tyres. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And after a long hold, the lights are out and away we go. And once again, it's an absolutely tragic start. As usual, Sainz and Bottas have already gone past. We're going to dive bomb them down. We're going to go down the inside now of Sebastian Vettel, and we do actually get in front of Ricciardo, not Vettel though, into P3. Let's have a replay. So good start by Hamilton and Vettel. Ricciardo though gets a better start than Vettel, goes up his inside. Vettel blocks him out on corner turn 1, outside turn 1, and we then take full advantage down the dive bomb. And it's now about keeping Ricciardo. Seems to have some pace in that Red Bull behind us, as there looks to be a little bit of contact already between us and the Red Bull. Similarly, more contact than there was in Australia. So the Red Bull Ferrari war is continuing in there, and we've been hit. We've been hit by Ricciardo. Both of us have continued on, although Sainz has capitalised, on Ricciardo. So let's have a look and see. He tries to go down the inside, and then really he couldn't make the move stick. Then tries to go down our inside there, and there's just no room. That's taken the racing line. And fortunately he doesn't spin, but he does lose the place out to Carlos Sainz, who's going to have him now down into the penultimate corner, as Hülkenberg looks like he's lost a place off the start as well, and Ricciardo now will have to wait before to Verstappen. Sainz now is going to have a go at us as well for P3. That would be a good result for Sainz. So he's had a good qualifying. You can see Sainz doing a very good result. Should he get done? Hamilton and Vettel are running away though at the front. So So suggest those two will be fighting out for 1-2.
DRS has been enabled.
Sainz now will be, and I think that Bottas is having a wee sweep across Sainz. Obviously, Sainz will be our teammate when the new game comes out from McLaren, and Bottas there's making some moves on Daniel Ricciardo with the DRS now. He's up to P5. So that the Mercedes, which dropped us down initially, is now starting to come back to Bottas, and Bottas on the next lap gets the DRS on Sainz and moves up ahead. He has a go at us, but we block Bottas off, and that means that Bottas will now size us up as we go on to the end of lap 5 for a move. But we go defences to the inside. Sainz though is coming back. We have to defend from Sainz and Bottas, and Sainz gets back in front of Bottas, or will he? No. Bottas comes back on the outside for turn 2 and gets moves stuck, and that unnerves Sainz now, as Daniel Ricciardo, the man who is going to Renault to replace Sainz, comes in and is ahead of the Spaniard once again, as Bottas. So hopefully we're not going to get down the inside. And the frustration comes up as we make contact with Bottas. We are coming in at the end of the lap to make our first pit stop of 2. Verstappen is in as well, so we're going to have the young Dutchman to play with on our medium tyres. I'm sure he'll go on to softs. He is going on to softs. See there on the top left hand corner. Alonso is in as well. So he had a good qualifying, Alonso, but seems to have dropped off. McLaren is nowhere near where it should be. As we go out the pits now, P17. A couple of the one-stoppers. Ocon, I think, is a one-stopper, going from super softs to mediums. They can do longer because they didn't have their super softs in Q2. Sainz is going to have a look down our inside. There's a little bit of a wheel bang between myself and Verstappen, excuse me. As we go on to the main straight, the Red Bull engine isn't as fast as the Ferrari, so which means we have a little bit of advantage. We jump for Ricciardo, but unfortunately for us, Valtteri Bottas comes out ahead of us, and Verstappen has another go at turn 2, but nothing going there. But it's annoying that battling Verstappen has delayed us, as Bottas now is running away. The Mercedes is the fastest car on paper. Got good pace on these mediums, 1:33.5. So these mediums are actually going well. It's just that they're not fast enough. There's Hulkenberg there. Got ahead of Verstappen. Let's see what happened to Hulkenberg. Go down the inside. He's clearly got DRS on Ricciardo and then gets the jump on Verstappen. But is it going to last? As we go down to turn 3, Verstappen's going to... Sorry, it's Ricciardo! Sorry, Ricciardo ahead. Two future teammates at Renault next year. As we come in onto the pit straight, Ricciardo is going to get a thing that's going to be messy. We've got the 2 Red Bulls, 2 Renaults and ourselves in there. There's 2 Red Bulls there, but Ricciardo comes back down the inside, as we've got Ricciardo now upper inside. We block from Ricciardo, and subsequently Sainz has got ahead of Verstappen now. Ricciardo. So moving to lap 11, we've got Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Sainz, and then Ricciardo has fallen off a lot, really. So we're going to go 3 wide. We're going to get squeezed by Hulkenberg and Verstappen. We go down the inside, we go down the middle, and we keep P7. Hulkenberg gets the move done on Verstappen though, so he moves up into P8. Here's a replay of what happened. So both of them had DRS, I didn't. But then Hulkenberg took a curb, which just forced him into us, but Verstappen went really wide, which cost him a lot of time. So moving to lap 12 now. Hulkenberg is once again still behind us. There's been not a lot of change in up rates. Here's a
7th place. Bottas ahead. The gap to the car ahead is 8.2 seconds. They're on old softs. Hulkenberg is behind you. The gap is less than a second. Okay, gap to leader 23.5 seconds. You're window will open in 7 laps time. 18 laps to go.
Sorry to, I didn't want to talk over Jeff there, but Hulkenberg has gone down the inside in the DRS zone and he's gone through. We've got to reach this up though into this final sector. We're going to have DRS and Hulkenberg. Get a good line through this corner and we are going to be behind the German. Will of course be the young driver Renault course when we do our McLaren career mode. So remember that when I do that, I'll do an introductory video way before that. But that is, I've already announced that already. If you didn't know that, but yes, I'm looking forward to seeing that story as we get the move done on Hulkenberg. Now Verstappen and Sainz are going to go 3 wide momentarily. And is it going to be Sainz? There's wheel bang between Verstappen and Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg's going to lose out to Sainz now. And Verstappen. So Hulkenberg has lost 2 places there. And 3 places in spaces of a lap. And now Sainz is now coming back at Verstappen. And Perez has got in front of Hulkenberg. As well as poor Stoffel van Dorn. He hasn't got much luck in real life in Formula E, and is well, that's reflecting this in Formula 1 because he is in this game because he's at the race with a mechanical failure. As we come in, unfortunately, we get a 5-second stop and go. Not me being a noob, not being able to close it, to slow it down in time, and we get held for Ricciardo as well. So Hulkenberg has jumped us in the stops because we got holed by Ricciardo. We got this 5-second penalty as well to come. 2.3 second stop. That's not actually that's actually quite good for things. Sainz goes through, and we're going to rejoin behind Magnussen, and subsequently the 2 Hasses of Grosjean and Magnussen somehow have got ahead of 2 Red Bulls, and they're in contention with the battle for ourselves. So the Hasses have come out absolutely nowhere, and they're going to be in the tail end of the points. So they're doing very well. I think they started on the mediums, which is why they're in such a position, or they've done a 1-stop to be in such a position as this. Unfortunately, this battling with Grosjean, we need to build up a 5-second gap over them, otherwise unfortunately we're not going to catch Sainz, but it's not looking likely because we're only 2.5 seconds up to Magnussen, who took over to Grosjean. But it means that Red Bull are not going to get any points. So this is great. Well, Vettel has won the race. Sainz and Hulkenberg are ahead, but we are, with our penalty, it's no points for us either. Woeful P13. Not a good day at the office. Our teammate wins and we get a penalty. That's not a good day. But yes, 11 and 12 for the 2 Red Bulls. I won't be happy with that. The 2 Perez, 1 stop, up to 4th place. The 2 Saubers of Leclerc and Ericsson, 5th and 6th. Big points for both of those sides. Ahead of some 2 stops. Haas did, in fact, do a 2-stop. I think they did my style of 2-stop with the softs at the end, with down at the bottom Toro Rossos and Williams usually. So in terms of the standings, Hamilton jumps us up into 2nd place. Our teammate is running away, which is not what we want to do. We need to actually get some points back on him at the final episode for this month at China. Until all the mod series are finished, then we'll return, complete the series, and then we'll look at doing some other stuff with the career mode, potentially, depending on how well we get on. But yes, that is a disappointing, desperate race. We need to improve better in China, which is a better circuit for me compared to Bahrain. We didn't get the team goal either, so that's going to decrease our reputation with everybody, including Ferrari. It's gone down by about 10 points there. We've also lost some respect.
Well, let's hope for a better race next time out, eh?
But yes, we have the only advantage of this race is we've actually got some resource points. We've got 1,122, as Carl says. As Carl criticises my driving style, I think he needs to go. I think there's going to be a falling out between myself and Carl if he doesn't stop doing that. Now, I thought about doing a big upgrade, and there we go, cylinder head. That's going to push us to the top of the tree in terms of engine power. We'll then look at doing some other stuff with some aero and sashi upgrades. I've only done one sashi upgrade. Maybe do some durability upgrades as well. You can suggest stuff to do in the comments below. But that's going to be it. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more episodes of F1 2018 Career Mode, and of course F1 2018 modded series set in the F1 in 2019 are coming out very soon. Formula 1 E-Mod and of course Final Fantasy Formula 1. But until the next video, I'll see you next time. Take care, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.